back to round 2. I don't know how many parts there is going to be into this series, but I've been sitting on 100 books that I have not yet talked to you guys about. So lots of them have been DNFs, and the rest of them we'll talk about. So let's continue from whatever number we left off in the last video. Let's go. In His Eyes by Stefania H. McGee. Also 3.5 star. It was also good. I don't remember a lot about it either because I did not write a review on that one for some reason, but there it goes. My memory is not great, guys. It's not great. The next one is Stratagem by Robin Carroll. I give this one a 3.75 star, which was, to me, it's sad to give it that star rating because when I started the book, it was giving 5-star. So I was like, yes, I'm here for it. Let's go. Everything was like, yep, this is great. I love this book. And then it just kind of like, it wasn't anything bad that happened. It was just kind of like trickled away. It was almost like the excitement of the story fell off or something. I don't know. But that one's really, really interesting. It has to do with, I would say it has to do with escape rooms, but in a controlled environment, not like in a scary serial killer way. Mrs. Smith's Suspects, Claude, Gord, Alice, and Maud by Ginny Alexander. I gave this one a 4-star. I really like this one. This has to do with elderly people in a retirement living situation, and there's a murder, and they decide to solve it themselves. So it's kind of fun that way. The King's Feather by Amy Earls. This is another one where I don't know if it was a timing issue because I do feel very YA burnt out. And this one is so YA. So I think if you're in that mood, this could work for you, but it really didn't for me at that time. I gave it a 2.5 star. And there was some random similarities to the movie Overcomer, which I thought was like super random. Like, this is like a YA fantasy and that's like a Christian sports movie. Like, I don't know, it was just funny. But anywho, the next one is The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. This is my first Brian Selznick. If you don't know anything about his writing, he writes his middle grade in half in pictures. It's gonna show you all pictures. Oh, there we go. And half in text form. So this is a very good book about a boy, I'll say, that lives in a clock tower in a train station, I believe. Yeah, I really like this one. It was good. I'm excited to read more Brian Selznick for that. And I gave that one, I don't even know what I would have given that one. Goodreads doesn't have a rating score down, so I guess I will say 3.75. The next one was Robinson Crusoe. I gave this one a 3.5 star. It was good as far as like a survival story goes. I do like survival stories. There was just nothing like special about this story, so that's why I didn't get higher rating, but yeah, it was fine. And there was actually a quote from here that I took note of, and it says, "Deliverance from sin is a much greater blessing than deliverance from affliction." Love that quote. The next book I read is Deadline by Randy Alcorn. This is Christian suspense, I would say. Yeah. Randy Alcorn's not my favorite author, but this one was good. I gave it a 3.75, so I liked it. Yeah, there you go. The sequel to that one was Dominion. So these are part of the Ollie Chandler series. So Dominion, I gave a 3 star. The next one was Deadly Aim by Patricia Rushford. Also 3.5 star. Also Christian suspense. The next one is a children's picture book. It's Hattie Harmony by Elizabeth Olsen, who is the youngest sister of Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. I read this one. I liked it. It's a cute little, what kind of animal is he? A cat? I think he's a cat. Or she. And she struggles with worrying. And so it's like all of her little friends struggle with different like mental things, like worry, or, you know, I can't remember what they all deal with. I think one was Germs. I don't know. So anyway, it's a way for kids to maybe be seen in a kid's book. Ghosts by Alvin Schwartz. This is a short story compilation for fairly young kids, like early readers. Didn't care for it. Whatever. Then we have Deception. Do I own Deception? No, I don't. Deception is Ollie Chandler book 3 from the Randy Alcorn series. This one I actually have a 4-star, which is interesting. I don't typically give out higher ratings for books further along in the series. From my experience, I tend to enjoy the earlier books better than as the series progresses. But this one I gave a 4-star, and I actually laughed out loud, which is funny because it is a Christian suspense, so a suspense book that also has a little bit of laugh out loud moments, which is good. The next one, Chromatic by Ashley Bustamante. This is number 3 in the Color Theory series. This series is written in first person, and it is very YA, so just be in that headspace to enjoy this one. I did give this one a 3.75, which is a very good rating for me still, even though I did like Vivid better, but yeah, it was fine. The Nightmare Virus, you guys have heard me a little bit rant about how much I was disappointed with The Nightmare Virus. I bought the pre-order, which I never do, never do. Spent the big bucks on that pre-order, and I never spend that kind of money on brand new books. And now I know why. I learned my lesson once again. So yeah, I gave that one a 2.75, did not like that book at all. And Then There Were None, which is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie retelling. This one is by A.M. Huff. This one I gave a 3-star. I like a good retelling, even if it's not like, it doesn't have to be a fairy tale retelling necessarily, but I just like retellings. I think it's because if I like the original story, which I do like, And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, I like to see how another author interprets the story, right? So that's why I like retellings. The next book was Dead Silence by Robin Carroll. Again, another Robin Carroll. This one was a 3.75. I don't fully remember a lot about this one, but 3.75 is a pretty decent rating, so that one was good. I reread the Ravenwood Saga again. That series is so good. Perfection, I would almost say. By Morgan L. Bussey. And so, yeah, 5 stars, the whole series. The next one, Crooked House by Agatha Christie. This is another Agatha Christie favorite. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss. I mean, yeah, her books can range totally. But this one for me was a hit. I really liked Crooked House. The next one, Lost Voices by Sarah Porter. This one I gave a 3-star, and I felt like that was being generous. So you can tell right off the bat, I wasn't loving it, but also not hating it. The next one, I reread 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle every year, so I reread that one again, 4.75. I read Finding Baby Holly, which is a true story of the author's experience coming to learn in her 40s that she was actually a missing baby this whole time. Very, very interesting. Wormwood Abbey by Christina Bear. This one I gave a 4-star. I really enjoyed this one. Very, very good. I will continue the series. The Princess Bride by William Goldman. 3.75. Almost a 4, I say on my Goodreads. Almost. I'm not sure why I felt that way exactly. I mean, if it's almost a 4, but it's not a 4, what was the issue there? But 3.75 is a great rating still for me. I don't give out 5 stars very easily at all, so. The next one, Echo Island by Jared C. Wilson. I was expecting so much more from this really interesting premise, but I gave it a 2.75, so it's a little bit of like a kind of a dystopian sci-fi-ish. The Big Four by Agatha Christie, 3-star, middle of the road Agatha Christie, which for me I feel like is average for her. I read a whole bunch of Mrs. Jeffries, and they're always good. Always good. I think maybe the lowest I've given an Mrs. Jeffries is a 3.5. But I'm just gonna smooth over all of the ones that I've read because I won't remember what happened in which book, because the way that the Mrs. Jeffries series is written is it is like a full story with little things happening in each book that individualize them. But to me, it's a full story. So I get them a little bit mixed up with what happens in which book. The next one was The Christmas Doll by Elvira Woodruff. This one was a cute story. It kind of felt like a classic. I know it's not, but it felt like a classic. About some orphan sisters and they find a home, partially because of a doll. Next up, Resistance. I mean, can you tell what I thought of Resistance? It's on my favorite shelf. So 5 star. 5 star. Loved it. And which is really good because this was the last book that I read last year and it was the one I loved the most. So it's like, what are the chances that you would read your favorite of the year as your last book? So don't sleep on those books at the end of December, guys. They could be winners. And I loved Resistance, Christian, fantasy, good stuff. The next one, The Maid of Ballymacool by Jennifer Dybel. Kind of middle of the road. It was a good middle of the road, so 3.5 star. That one is Christian historical. Then I read this trilogy. I don't believe there's any more. Oh no, there's 4. I don't have the 4th book. Okay. There's 4 and I read all 4 of them. And they ranged between a 3 star and a 5 star. So some in between there as well. But this series is so good. I will reread this series someday. It is Christian historical in Scotland. Yes. The next book I read was Mr. Limoncello's Fantabulous Finale by Chris Gravenstein. I love the Mr. Limoncello series. They get a little less good as the series goes on. This one I gave a 3.5 stars. Still a very good rating, but not a favorite. There it is. The next one, An Overdose of Death by Agatha Christie. 3.75 for that one. So another very good middle of the road. Not a favorite, but like pretty good. The Metropolitan Affair on Central Park, #1 by Jocelyn Green. Oh, I didn't realize I had 2 Jocelyn Greens on this list. Anywho, this one I gave a 3 star. I felt a little bit like I was skim reading, and for me, in my experience, because I'm an every word reader, when I find myself skim reading, my interest is not fully engaged, so it got a 3 star. 5 Little Pigs not by Hercule Poirot, by Agatha Christie. This is another favorite Agatha Christie of mine, so yay. I do prefer the Hercule Poirot stories over her other stories. As you can tell, the next one, 450 from Paddington, is a Miss Marple, and that one got a 3 star. So, yeah, I do prefer the Hercule Poirot. The next one, the Cucumber Quest graphic novel series. I am currently in the middle of the series, so I haven't finished the series yet. But this is book #1, and I really enjoyed it. I would say I gave it a 4 star. The next one, A Deadly Business by Liz Well. This one, okay, so Liz Well is a Christian contemporary suspense author, I would say. And she does a great job of handling hard topics, like really hard ones. So I really like that approach, and I appreciate that in my Christian fiction. So I liked that one. Give it a 4 star. The next one, The Chair by James L. Rubart. I gave it a 3 star. I remember the story, but it does still feel like a 3 star upon reflection. It was kind of middle of the road. Not bad by any means. That's why I still gave it a 3 star. If I have like specific negatives about it, it will get less than a 3 star. So 3 star is still like, good, fine, yeah, carry on, you know. The next one, The Noble Servant, is a Melanie Dickerson. I'm almost at the end, I'm almost at the end of her backlist. I think I only have a few left that I have to read yet. This one I gave a 3.5 star. I've got Across to Kill, which is a shepherd suspense novel, book 1. This is another one where it's that classic case of this is a fantastic idea, not so much loving the execution. So I gave it a 3-star. It was good. It was good. It was good. But based on the premise alone, it could have been great. So then I've got Every Woman a Theologian by Felicia Masonheimer. Such a good Christian nonfiction, you guys. So good. Lots in here to digest. You will not absorb everything on the first go round unless you are taking it very slowly. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff in here. I recommend it. The next one, Death Comes as the End. This one was a reread, but it was a reread because I couldn't remember it. So upon reread, I gave it a 4.5 star, which is such a funny scenario because like, if I really loved it the second time, why did I forget it the first time? So, I don't know. But I liked that one. The Dull People by Anne M. Martin. This is a middle grade about little doll figurines in a little girl's playhouse. So yeah, good, 3-star. The next one was The Chrysalids by John Wyndham. I read this one for my childhood vlogs because I read this one as a teenager in school. I kind of had an idea of what it was about, but I couldn't fully remember. I knew it had to do with like telepathy, but I didn't really remember anything else about it. So I wanted to read it again, and it was... I did give it a 2 stars. I didn't really like it. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. The next one, another Agatha Christie favorite, was The Unexpected Guest, which actually is a short story. It's a play in 2 acts, but I loved it, so yay. The next one, Not Exactly Eden, another one I read for childhood vlogs because I read this one as a teenager, reread it now. It's fine. It's fine. 3.25 star. It's fine. It's good. More of a contemporary romance in the wilderness of which country? I don't know, in the jungle somewhere. I can't recall which country it is, but somewhere in the jungle. The next one, Never Miss by Melissa Coslin. I love Dangerous Beauty by Melissa Coslin. Love that book. So, had high expectations, ended up giving this one a 3.75, which is still a very good rating for me. Just didn't reach the 5 star, I guess. And then the last one, my 100th book, was Legacy of Roses by Miss Melanie Cellier. So this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I don't know too much about the very original tale of Beauty and the Beast, but from the little I do know, I think this one follows it like a lot more than the Disney classic. Anywho, I liked this one. It had a good amount of like, you know, magical things going on, like the beast has a curse on him, and yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It was retelling. It was good. Nothing like overly special about it, but I liked it. And that is it, you guys. I'm finally caught up. 100 books later. This is gonna be a doozy to edit. I've got it. I've done it. It's done. Thank you so much for being with me on this wrapping up journey. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas on how I can do wrap-ups in the future that is more interesting and engaging than the ones that I've been doing in the past. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye!